Good morning. It's another week at the high maintenance hangar. I'm gonna try to get some stuff done. I just want to step outside. I don't know if you can tell on the video, but there's a lot of smoke in the air. We basically have all kinds of fires around the state, around the valley. And so it's stinky, and it's kind of like a hazy overcast, making it kind of dim. Anyway, last week I was pretty beat, and I really missed out on some stuff I want to explain to you, so stand by. One of the things that I didn't show, this is the fuel line that goes up here and feeds the carburetor. Well, we had never hooked these up before. We'd had a bleed valve so that we could pressurize the system up to the firewall to make sure we didn't have any leaks upstream from here to the tanks. We'd already proved that out. Well, we hadn't proved out the integrity of the fuel pump, and the carburetor, which is up here. And so it comes out of the fuel pump, goes down here to these fuel flow readers, and then back up to the carburetor. And now, so then we pressurized it, and I'll take you in the cockpit here in a minute, and I'll show you what went on there. There's the rubber boot that we were trying to get wrapped around the flange of the intake induction unit. And also the lines I talked about last week. This is one of them, and it goes up in there, and that's the final element to the fuel suppression system. If this fires off, it's going to inject the fire retardant chemical right into the carburetor to stop any fire from going on. And right up there, can you see it? Yeah, this conduit goes to a carb inlet temperature sensor that gets reported to the cockpit. This is the supercharger control cable, which we're not going to, nobody will not have that operational. And then, but it's still there. And these and right there are the two control cables. One's the supercharger control cable, the other one's the carb heat control cable. And all of this stuff had to be safetied before we put the induction unit on. And I mentioned there's other things to do. One of them, we need to get right there is a cold air blow tube for the generator, which is coming off of that. Now, we don't have that yet, so we're still working on that. And we just need to do a general look over of everything in here one more time, and then we'll be ready to start engines. Let me take you up to the cockpit. So I set up the camera so I could show stuff that was going on in the dash when we were doing the fuel pressure tests. And the idea was to turn on the batteries, do a battery check. That's our voltmeter right there. That'll tell us the state of the voltage in the batteries. Here's the boost pump switches. You have left and right, aux and mains, and you have low boost and you have high boost. Now, we've not turned it on to high boost yet. We don't want to blow anything out until we are really ready to start. But what I did we checked all of the low boost switches and made sure the pumps were pumping. And while that was happening, I was able to monitor fuel pressure. But we definitely did get fuel pressure. So I'm really sorry that didn't come out on film, but hopefully you get the gist of what we were doing. So now it's time to work on the induction unit on that side. But before I do that, we're going to pull out the flight instruments that we have on the co-pilot side and move them over to the pilot side. Wednesday we're supposed to get windshields in, and with the windshields in, it's going to be much more difficult to install instruments on the pilot side, where all the tubing and all the wiring and all that stuff was very similar to what it was when it came out of the factory. Putting them on the co-pilot side won't be fun, but it's definitely more doable than doing the pilot side. So I'm going to get up in the nose, I'm going to disconnect the flight instruments, then I'm going to come back into the cockpit and I'm going to pull them out and move them over. So in here, the job is pretty simple. I just need to unscrew the quick connects for the 3 different instruments. And that part's done. So you can see that it's going to be a lot easier in here than it will be over here. Because right now I can reach in from the top to move the instruments around. With the windshields on, you're not going to be able to see or get your arm around the corner. Well, and so it starts all over again. I'm going to go ahead and start getting the boot for the carburetor on the right side. And so I'm going to go ahead and get this bolted down, then we'll go from there. There's one thing I forgot to mention. When we were doing the pressurization of the carburetors, we could actually look right down the throat of the carburetors, and the down in here is where we can prime the engine. There's a tube with a T that runs into the base on both sides, and we could actually see the primers working on both engines. So in that aspect, the fuel system is awesome. Back to installing this boot. I've already got the gasket greased up and installed. Okay. Now for the final torque. I can get a socket on here. Okay, I'll have Jan or Dave look this over, make sure everything's copacetic, and then I'll safety wire it. So we got Bob and John up in the nose checking on some wiring. We've got Jan and Doug up on the engine, finalizing any safeties behind the engine. And this intake bonnet is ready to go. Now they're making me work. Okay, Dave is giving the sign off, and Doug is putting some lubrication on the boot, and we're going to go ahead and put this induction unit on. Yeah, probably. I got the same problem here. There we go.
Oh, we need these covers off so we can.
Oh, we sure do. Hey, we gotta take it back off for a minute.
What? Oh, yeah.
Forgot something very important. It's just gonna fall. Try again.
Do we need to put the back one down there?
No, that one we can get to. Yeah, we're on our way. This corner's in. He'll have this one in 20 seconds. Well, seems to be. Maybe it'll stay. Okay. All right, it's all from inside now. We've been at this for a couple of hours. It's fighting us every step of the way. We've got Jeremy, Airport Jeremy. He's got a YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel?
I don't know. Man Cow MacGyver, I think.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. He does 4-wheel drives and stuff like that. And then down inside, down there, you can't see him.
Way down there.
Doug is down in there trying to get this boot on. And FJ,
Fog Jr.,
Fog
also
Jr.
known as Napeas.
is down on the other corner.
Don't worry, we're just making a video about you. It's all good.
Put your flashlight in here.
In there? Hang on. Bob's up here making YouTube. Hang on. Whoa, but don't knock me off my perch. Easy. What do you need?
Let me see your light.
Anything?
We're trying to get that.
You need air? Did you come out
There's
for
a
air?
gap there
It came out for air.
that we're trying to get in here. So anyway, I've run out of time today.
No,
I'm
you've
gonna
run out
end-
of energy, not time.
No, I've run out of time.
And energy.
Those guys are
Simultaneously.
those guys are doing the energy. I'm just
I
watching.
know, but you still look tired.
I am tired. Thanks, buddy. Anyway, I've got to head out. I don't know how much longer these guys are going to work, but whatever I come back to Monday, we'll come back to Monday. Appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next week.